Check, check, 1, 2. Can y'all hear me in the back? Wow, you underestimate how bright that light is. That is insane. Can we just take a moment? Like, no, you don't need to change it if someone's there. Geez. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone feeling tonight? Okay. For you who don't know me, my name is Tony Johnston. And for the next 10 to 15 minutes, I am the most important man in your life. Zaddy, if you will. Well, a little bit about myself to kind of, break the ice. I'm 22 years old. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Christian. I'm a Jake Pauler. I've got a pretty subpar visco. I'm just your regular average guy. I'm just pretty run of the mill. Oh, big news. Not for you guys. Don't get your hopes up. For me, my word. Very recently, I proposed to my now fiance Ryan. Hey! It was like a first for me. Like, I'm kind of experimenting with new things, but I highly recommend it. If you guys are planning on it, like do it. It's crazy. That's Ryan with a V. In case you thought she was a guy, like my extended family. She's good. We're good. She's vegan. We got any vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, gluten-free, lactose intolerant people in the house tonight? Oh, yeah, you guys don't eat a lot. Yeah, she's vegan, or in technical terms, she's very iron deficient, but she's great. People ask me all the time what it's like dating a vegan, and it's like very normal. It's the same kind of stuff, You send good morning texts. You ask how the day's going. You go on a 2-month onion cleanse. Just real run-of-the-mill stuff. Just real. You just do it. But hey, enough about me and my life. How are you guys doing? Oh, last night was louder. How about you? Right there. How are you doing? Yes.
I'm great. How are you?
You actually just ruined the next joke. Do it again. Don't ask how I'm doing. Hey, you in the second row. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Hey, that's good. I'm good too. Thanks for asking. Yeah. I'm a little bit sweaty, if I'm being honest. Like a little bit sweaty. Like on a scale from baby powder to beep test, I'm sitting like a cross in the border. Like a lower back, upper cake kind of sweat. I don't know what it is, but crossing the border, that's the most intimidating thing in the world, right? Like that is terrifying. And I get it. I'm a white guy. I'm radically aware that I'm a white guy who's only had drugs on him in hay fever season. But still, for some reason, you pull up to some stone cold Mark looking dude like this. I'm a sweaty boy, It's just how it is. I think it's because I just have the worst luck at the border, we can't be perfect at everything. I got everything else. Border, they can have that. A couple years ago, some friends and I, we went on a road trip through the States. It was for a month. We were dead broke, so we just lived in my friend's '04 Odyssey that he borrowed from his parents. Now the one guy's name is Wes. I want you to remember Wes. Can I hear it? Wes. That was so good. So he's how do I put it? He's like a grande dirty Tarzan. He's like 6'2". He had shoulder length hair. He had one of those beards. It's 50% pubes. And that paired with me, believe it or not, didn't give us great luck at the border. So yeah, we'd been driving for a while. We had horrible time management. So we left ourselves with 3 days to drive from California to London. Like California to London. It is 1% of the distance between here and the moon. The moon. We technically went farther than those astronauts in the Challenger space shuttle. That was 80 years ago. You guys weren't even born yet. Oh, I have such a soft spot for astronauts. My dad is actually in space, and it's super emotional for us. Oh my gosh. No, it was great. We went farther than the astronauts. And we didn't even have to lie about the Earth being round. So it was like win-win, you know? So we pull up to the border after 3 days, and we looked, felt, and smelt like big doo-doo. Just grungy. And so we pull up. You wouldn't believe it, guys. You wouldn't believe it, all right? All right? He was there. Dun, dun, dun. Mark, my arch nemesis. And he did not like the look of the mattress in the back. No one likes the mattress in the back. It was a necessary evil. And so he pulls us to the side. Now, we expected this. We didn't think we were getting across the border. We looked like the physical embodiment of strep throat. But what we didn't expect was Mark bringing out the dogs on us. Fun fact about me, in case I didn't already say enough, I'm allergic to dogs. I'm going to assume that everyone here's had to fight an itch before. You know, you're at an interview, funeral, you know, like you can't itch. But for the lizard people, let me just kind of put you in my shoes, okay? Be me, sweaty, you know? As soon as the dog starts sniffing, the itch hits me like a bus, and I'm fighting it. I'm there, I'm trying to act cool, you know, you don't want to act sketchy, so I'm sitting there, my eyes are watering, and I get the handshakes. Now, would you let this person into your country? Because I wouldn't. But thankfully, us three Christian boys, we left all of our cocaine in Minnesota. So it was like 45 minutes, quick check, quick sniff, no glove, no love. We were on our way. That road trip, it taught me a lot about life. I mean, like, it was a month of, like, living with guys and traveling. It taught me a lot. You know how people say you don't know someone until you live with them? Have you heard of that saying? Oh, thank you. Okay, just making sure. I disagree with that. You can quote me on this. I disagree with that. I don't think it's true. Now, I'm no expert in psychology, and I'm completely underqualified to make an opinion on this, but I will. I think that, listen closely, I think that you don't know someone no matter what ever. Never, ever, never. You don't know. How are you supposed to know people? Because people are crazy. People don't make sense. Like, if I don't know why I am the way I am, how am I supposed to know why you are the way that you are? Like, people are these weird things because they have their own, like, emotions and thought processes that, like, aren't yours. You know when you, like, watch a TV show and you're like, oh, I wouldn't do that? Yeah, because they're not you. They're people. Now, I'm smelling this. I can actually smell this from the audience. Some of you guys aren't believing me on this, which hurts because I feel like we've built great trust over the last couple minutes. But hey, you know what? I'm not gonna let it faze me. What I am going to do is prove you wrong, because that's how communication works. I'm going to prove you wrong with this story, okay? So on the road trip, Wes, about 2 weeks in, started to feel like sick, which when you're living in a van with someone is like the last thing on the planet you want. Now, I assumed it's because we'd been traveling for 2 weeks, eating exclusively bread, and we'd only showered twice. And that's not a joke. We were adults. So I'm a good friend, you know. I was like, hey, we'll stop in a provincial park, we'll shower a bunch, you know. We ate significantly less bread. Not no bread, but just less. But Wes didn't feel better, to my chagrin, if that means a negative thing. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm a good guy, you know? I'm a nice person. But I really wanted to see Utah, you know, like the valleys, everything, beautiful. So I told Wes, I love you, stop being sick. Stop it. Stop it right now. Don't be sick. You know, like how a boomer would tell us to stop being depressed. Now, funny enough, this actually worked until that fateful morning where, in a Walmart parking lot, Wes pooped his pants. He pooped his pants. Now, I don't know if you guys are prepared for when an adult friend poops their pants, but I wasn't. Nowhere in life, and I'm convinced nowhere in life are you taught how to deal with an adult man pooping his pants. Fortune cookies, civics and careers, nothing. Like, it is truly the most terrifying moment a person can have. So my thought process was, it was something kind of like this. It was like, you know, Yeah, he pooped his pants, you know? Like, everyone gets a pass, you know? Like, it happens to the best of us, you know? Like, Mama taught me the golden rule. If I poopy in my pants, I wouldn't want you guys judging me for it. And so I didn't. I gave him about as much respect and dignity you can give to a man who pooped his pants. Okay, he didn't even, like, stain the seat, you know? Like, no stain, no pain, you know? It was casual, you know? Now, this stance radically changed when he pooped himself twice. When a friend poops himself twice, he stops being a friend, and he is an animal, a sick animal. And so, you know, we do what sick animals do. You know, we sent him off to the farm where he could run and play all day. The name of that farm was Lovelace Medical Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We were there for 3 days. It took the doctors 3 days to find out and cure Wes's C. diff, which is a highly contagious intestinal infection. Woo! Or as we like to call it, real bad tummy vibes. So, to poop in a cup for 3 days. Now, here's the crazy part. In Canada, that's free. All of you right now, you could leave and go to the nearest hospital, poop in a cup, and have a night that you and the cup won't forget. Not in the States. It's different there. I don't know if it's the freedom or the xenophobia, but cup pooping's a very expensive hobby. For Wes, it cost us $15,000 for those 3 days. Thank you, $15,000. I know there's adults in here who have homes, but for me, that's a lot of fast food. To put this even more in perspective, in 2016, according for like inflation, $15,000 was more than what our lives were worth. So like, oh, you know. Now here's the thing: Wes didn't end up paying that. You want to know why? Come close. This is a secret. All right, we're not gonna tell anybody. We pooped and dashed. It's like dining and dashing with less pants. We pooped and we just got out of there. They never saw us coming. Like poop bandits. Yeah, it's wild. You just poop and you go, you know, poop and you go. Also, side note, fun little fact, traveler's insurance is super helpful, and that will cover basically everything. So if you're ever in the States, do that. But no, I'm getting back to my original point. So for those 3 days, I sat in a chair very not unlike probably the nicer ones in the front, not the bad ones in the back. And I slept in it for 3 days. I stayed by his side. I brought him snacks. I like changed the channels. I moved his IV when he had to take a leak. That was a thing. Like I was there. And he just slept. So after those 3 days, they let us go. It was fine. You know, all was well. All but one thing. So for the last 2 weeks of the road trip from then on, Wes would tell me every single day, I'm going to sit down for this one, that he wished that it was me that caught C. diff instead of him. Not that he didn't catch C. diff, that it was I who caught it. I know. Now, I don't think Wes was trying to be mean. In fact, I don't think Wes was trying to be so mean that I didn't really talk about it until 4 years later with you guys. I don't think Wes was trying to treat me how he treated his pants. Pretty shitty. I just think that we will never understand people, ever. Like it doesn't make sense. Why go to the effort? Just, you guys do you, I do me. We meet in the middle, you get engaged, you live life. Ah, my youth. So I mentioned this earlier. I am a Christian. Do we got any religious people in the house? I said, do we got any religious people in the house? Yeah. Old books, weird names, sacrifices, sign me up. Oh my gosh. Personally, big fan of that Jesus guy. Real big fan of his work. Have you read that biography about him? Oh my gosh, that's on my summer must-reads. You guys really got to try it out. Like it is wild. But being a Christian in 2019, it's a bit of a weird thing. And people ask me all the time questions. And so I want to kind of talk about them with you guys, making it a bit personal. Now, here's the thing. Girls ask wildly different questions than guys. When a girl finds out I'm a Christian, they're like, oh, hey, oh. I'm so sorry for that. Does your fiance go to church? You know, is your family Christian? You know, what's it like being a Christian? And I love those questions. Oh my gosh, you know, I'll answer those like all day. But when a guy finds out I'm a Christian, that's a different thing. 9 out of 10 times he does this, and you guys are gonna have to give me like 2 seconds after getting into character. All right, you can like don't talk because that'll really throw me off. But just like silence. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, Christian. Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Christian. Yeah. Yeah. You still watch porn though, right? And this is a bit of an awkward moment because these people realize they've asked like a friend, a coworker, a grandson, a question which, tell me if I'm wrong, is fairly private, you know? But to answer it, no, I don't. And that usually shocks them. It probably shocks some of you. Buckle up. Because I then tell them that in my 22 years on Earth here, that I've never had sex in my life. You hear that, Kitchener? I'm a virgin. Unlike those other 3 comics. I'm not having sex ever. Oh, Tinder. Yeah, it's a humble living, but I make do. Now, believe me, I know how crazy this sounds, all right? If what the kids are saying on the street is true, sex is pretty neato. I mean, we got parents here, they've done it. If sex is half of what Pitbull says it is, then you guys have been having the times of your life in those hotel, motel, holiday inns. But no, yeah, that's just that's not for Ryan and I. We're not having sex, you know, and it's cool. I mean, it makes the wedding day a little bit tense. But like try and picture this. So Ryan and I, you know, it'll be like near the end of the evening. We'll be on the dance floor. We like made out once in the back, you know, like we're jiving, you know, Mr. Worldwide bumping in the background, you know. Sexual tension just thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Just dangerous levels. And everybody, I mean friends, family, our grandmas are going to know what's going down that night. That's a wee bit intimidating. I won't lie. I haven't told Ryan this yet, but I thought this would be a fun way. Yeah, but no, I'm excited. I'm very excited, as you can imagine, because come May 29th, I will do something. I will do something that I've been waiting to do for a very long time. I will finally wear a tuxedo. Thank you guys so much. You've been great. You've been great.